Good evening, YouTube. Pastor Dave here, October 24th, 2011. A lot of interesting news to bring you this evening, but first a shout out to Max Steele, the bounty hunter. What a wonderful channel, and what a wonderful work he does for the Lord. He suggested I grow the mustache or goatee back, because in my line of work, I got to have that tough guy, bad boy image, and you know, I kind of agree with you, so I don't know if you can tell yet, but I'm doing as you suggested, and I believe you're right. Now, if you've been following my channel for any time, you know that a while back they were handing out layoffs at my place of employment. And the only way that I could keep my position was to go on third shift. And it's been really wearing me down physically. I've been drained. And I think you could tell. I think a lot of you made comments. It's been taking its toll on me. So I've been in prayer for my situation to change. And the Lord does answer prayer. Last night I got word that the person that is committing this crime, where I'm located with my job, has lookouts, and they realize that I'm there on the midnight shift, and they've been hitting the place in the afternoon. So I got word last night that I'm permanently going back to my original, the when I first came to you, a shift 3 to 11 in the afternoon. I can come to you refreshed and raring to go and have coffee with you every morning. It's a lot better for me, and I want you to know, your Heavenly Father answers prayers. You just got to have faith, and you got to have patience. What's going on in the world today? My goodness, I got an interesting story for you. I got to get ready, go out the door to work, but let me bring you this. 20 million tons of Japan's tsunami debris is closing in on Hawaii. I never thought about this, have you? That where's all this debris going to go? If you've seen remember the video clips of the tsunami and how it just took out vehicles and houses and cars and furniture. Well, here's the story. Televisions, refrigerators, furniture pieces are headed for Hawaii as a huge amount of debris from Japan's earthquake sails across the Pacific. I'm going to put the link below. I always try to put my links in the description box so I can validate the story, so you know that I'm not making this stuff up or altering it in any way. No link, it doesn't mesh. Up to 20 million tons of debris from the earthquake in March is traveling faster than expected and could reach the United States west coast in 3 years. A Russian ship's crew spotted the debris, which included a 20-foot-long fishing boat, last month after passing the Midway Islands. Unbelievable story, and you know, I never thought about that. Where would all this debris going, and what is it bringing with it? This debris, what is it bringing with it? Remember the nuclear disaster at Fukushima? Is it bringing radioactive contamination with this debris to the west coast of the United States of America? Leave me comments. Let's see what else is going on real quick. I brought you a story earlier. The 6,000 more or less waterfowl, but I believe it was just, and they'll find that it was the contaminated mussels, and I don't believe, this is not like the story coming out of South Carolina, where the birds just mysteriously fell out of the sky. So I think they're going to find that it probably was a case of botulism. Comet ELENIN is in the news once again. I'm going to put the link below for you in the description box. October 24th, 2011. Doomsday Comet ELENIN was briefly famous for inaccurate predictions that it might hit Earth. Instead, it disintegrated as it approached the sun last month. Over the weekend, Italian astronomer, and I don't know if I pronounced this right, Rolando Ligusti, spotted the comet's remains. It's the elongated cloud in this October 22nd photo of the star field where ELENIN would have appeared if it were still intact. And it's going to show you, and there's an article to show you this cluster of this cloud, which is the remains of Comet ELENIN. So are we in the clear now with no more, is there anything behind Comet ELENIN? But it's an interesting story, so I wanted to bring it to your attention. I'm going to bring you this story in a moment. A lot going on with Turkey, with all these volcanoes, and Turkish seismologists fear earthquakes could awaken a dormant volcano. This is coming out of Turkey. I'm going to put that link below, just so I don't run out of time, so you can have these to read. Again, the devastating earthquake toll climbs amid frantic search for survivors after devastating earthquake. Again, the Turkey earthquake and all the massive earthquakes that followed. The massive tremors and high magnitude quakes that followed the devastating, was it a 7.4 earthquake? Coming out of Turkey. Bible prophecy, it just may be a message to Turkey. Don't come against Israel. We have to keep our eye on Israel. Powerful 6.0 magnitude aftershock. They're calling a 6.0 magnitude quake an aftershock. Rattles eastern Turkey. And I think you're all familiar with the story. And let me bring it to you, because I'm coming to you late in the evening, so I know you've already read this. The Vatican calls for New World Economic Order. And I'm going to put the link below. A one world bank. The Bank of the Vatican. We are truly, friends, living in the end times. I'm going to put this link below in its entirety. Monday, the Vatican called Monday for radical reform of the world's financial systems, including the creation of a global political authority to manage the economy. So the Pope is going to manage our economy now. We're going to have a one world government, a one world religion, a new world order, and a one world bank. I wonder if they'll have a drive-through. The Bank of the Vatican? World Bank of the Vatican. My goodness. I know you have your own opinions, so I want your opinions on this story that come out today. And I know I'm bringing it to you late. On the Vatican with a one world bank. The proposal acknowledges, however, that a long road still needs to be traveled, I would think so, before arriving at the creation of a public authority with universal jurisdiction, and suggests the reform process begin with the United Nations as a point of reference. The Vatican calling for a one world bank. Leave me your comments. Leave me a lot of comments on this, and I thought you'd find that interesting. The debris from way back in March 11, from that tsunami and that devastating earthquake in Japan, had to go somewhere. What's coming to pay us a visit? What is it bringing with us? And will we get a debit card for this one world bank? Will we get a debit card? And I wonder what our card number will be. I hope it's not 666. Going to work. Keep me in your prayers that I come back to you tomorrow. One more day. I got 2 days off, and I'll be refreshed. And let me, I'm working in the inner city of Flint, and when you make a donation to the Goodwill and to a place like the Salvation Army, they resell the items. If you can, the homeless, they don't have money to purchase it at Goodwill. If you can ever box up any clothes and take it to your local church to where it will get distributed at no cost. God bless everybody. I've got to run. I love you. Leave me comments. Leave me a lot of comments. God bless.